Very interesting and significant table about this Sabbath, which is called Shabbat Teshuvah, Sabbath of returning. But before, let us see what it means. So in synagogues, this Sabbath, after reading the Torah, we read the Haftarah. This is a part of the prophecies that we read. So we read the prophecy in Hosea, chapter 14:2, which starts in Hebrew, Shuva Israel ad Hashem Elokecha. And this is really why this Sabbath is called Shabbat Shuvah. So in English, what the prophet Hosea says, return, O Israel, to the Lord your God. So on this verse, Shuvah, returning, this Sabbath is called Shabbat Shuvah, which in Hebrew is Sabbath of returning. So this year, the praying of the soldiers on the Wailing Wall, this came from the independence. So let us see the table, very, very interesting, significant table. So what you have here? You have here the best meeting in the Torah of the verse Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath of returning, with this year, which is Tafshin Peibet, which is 5,784. This is sabbatical year, we said, very important year, about which our rabbis tell us that on sabbatical year there are wars and then Messiahs come, while the previous year is a sixth one, about the Talmud says, the Gemara says, that on this year, on the sixth year, there are sounds, kolot, which the explanation is there are sounds that Messiah, son of David, is going to come. But unfortunately, when repentance is missing, so is not. But sounds, there are lots of sounds, lots of YouTube which I brought about this year, when David, son of David, but was the word of Tshuva, repentance. So a lot of sounds that Ben David is going to come on the 6th, but unfortunately, people are stubborn, they don't do Tshuva. They want still to enjoy Shabbat, the Shabbat, with the help of this government that we have today, heresy of government. So we have to wait. And now comes the sabbatical year, which really is a little bit frightening. As our rabbis tell us, wars are going to happen. No? And all the signs are that there are going to be wars. Iran just now is going to have its bomb. So let us see what more is written here, which is the most important. So you have Shabbat Shuvah, the Sabbath of returning, repentance on this year. Amazingly, it comes with a verse referring to Rosh Hashanah. Yom Teruah yeh lachem, a day of blowing the shofar will be to you. V'asitem olah, and you should do sacrifice, really the all burnt sacrifice. Our rabbis point out that this word, V'asitem olah, is not the right word for sacrificing. Should be written V'akraftem olah. What is V'asitem you are going to do or you will do? So our rabbis tell an unbelievable idea that on Rosh Hashanah, the day of blowing, really people are creating themselves, because when you are doing Shuvah, our rabbis tell us that by repenting, a man who repents is like a newborn, a newborn person. So Asitemola, make yourself, build yourself, create yourself like an offering, pure and clean, unbelievable. And exactly it is known, this is the first day of the 10 days of repentance, and here we have it, Shabbat Shuvah. What more we have here? You have the Torah, because the Torah is the basis, and it is interesting that you have the real word of repentance, Teshuvah, because Shuvah means returning. Teshuvah is repentance. You come in repentance, unbelievable. Veshavtem, this is a call to us, return back. Now, no, if Jews will keep the Torah, if they will return to God, they keep the Brit, a Brit. The Brit is the Sabbath, the Torah. The Sabbath is called Brit Olam. Keeping the Sabbath, exactly. But today, unfortunately, I said, we have such government, Lapid, Lieberman, all this, are against the Brit, against the Sabbath. So, a lot of difficulties. Then, what more we have here? Definitely, if we do Tshuva, praying, returning to us, so we have the potential to have Mashiach Hashem Elokecha, to have Messiah, your God, Lord, and again Messiah, son of Joseph, is Elijah. What more will help people hoping to return? Corona. You see all over the world, Corona is not living with the Delta. You have Delta also, a little bit big ski, but still Delta here. And here you have the word Nagif, virus. In Hebrew, Nagif is virus. The virus still exists, unfortunately, in the Corona. And we say that 2/3 of the Americans say that they believe it from God. No? Okay. It's a good thing to return to the Torah. You have to believe it. There is a God. But they forgot there are 7 laws of Noah, which one should keep, and the most severe ones are abortion and homosexuality, because this is against creation. God created the world to have people fruitful, and all these are against, yeah. And this is why the flood came. This is why the flood came. Our Rebbe said us clearly, this the Torah said, Ishchit kol batzar et lacho, they corrupted their ways. And our Rebbe said it was homosexuality, abortion, and this is why the flood was, the rain which was the flood was 40 days. Our Rebbe said that because God wanted to indicate to people, you caused me to create creature, fetus, and to destroy them. So I will destroy your world. You bring your flood, yeah, all over the world. Now it's flood not over the world, but still big floods all over to remind us about the flood. So abortion is the most severe one, and unfortunately a Democrat, Biden, who is very cross with, I think, Mexico, these people who forbade abortion. Yeah? They are very clever, this Mexico and I think Baltimore, but there are some places that suddenly realize that abortion is very dangerous. But Biden, it's cross. He said, how could you do such a thing? So you should know that this is bring destruction to the world. It will bring more and more Corona, Delta, and who knows other mutations. Because this was a source for the flood. So those who really forbid abortion are very clever. And they realize apparently that abortion is one of the things which made God very, very cross. He created fetus and destroyed it afterwards. Because the right of the woman, such nonsense. But there is a Torah. And God created the Torah. And there is a reason, once they were to be fruitful. Yeah, any soul, spirit that unfortunately cannot come in because of this destruction of the body, so cause a lot of theories. There are very deep idea about what are the great threat and danger of abortion, because it causes terrorists, it causes evil forces, which exactly we have today. So so many terrorists, so many things like this is because of abortion. So, very interesting and important. So let us hope that really people will realize there is a God. Very important day Yom Teruah that we have there, following Rosh Hashanah. This year is very significant year, as we said. Yeah, no, clearly written that wars will be, and Mashiach will come. We miss the 6 words, a lot of sounds. Yeah, Ben David is coming, but people ask questions. Not almost every YouTube I did. Yeah, no, you said Messiah is coming, but I said, yeah, look properly. There's also the word repentance, the tshuva. And this was the Gemara says on the 6th. Rashi explained which kind of sounds are in the 6th ear. So it says sound, Ben David is coming. No, exactly this is what is happening. So hoping that this year, the 7th year, sabbatically, which is Tafshin Pebet, will be really a year of redemption. And we will not go through difficulties of wars and so on. So interesting and very significant table for our time.